So hi everyone, I'll be reviewing this 1/10 scale RC monster truck. Its name is the Maverick Strada MT. This is not a new one, this belongs to my neighbor. So I'm going to fix it for him because there's some problem with the servo. It comes with a transmitter to supply your own battery. This 7.2 volts 1800 mAh nickel metal hydride battery pack. I think it's a Tamiya connector. It's not a Dean's connector. So it's also something new to me. It's interesting with this monster truck. It has good details and it has a center brace of aluminium. Seems to be aluminium. Oh no, it's more of a steel, but it's solid. I mean, the chassis is thick, 3mm thick plastic chassis, but it's made of high quality plastic, I can tell. And the rubbers are good. It is double shocked, or let's say there are twin shocks on each suspension, so a total of 8 shocks and oil-filled shocks, so they dampen like really better, and they provide good shock absorption on jump, so I can tell this is a good basher. And this is a brushed version of it. There's a brushless version that's much faster, so this one's a brushed motor and it's connected to the brushed ESC here. I'm not sure with amperage. Receiver outside just on top of the servo. So the problem here is the servo. I cannot steer it, so the servo's busted. So I'll just have to replace the servo with a new one and then it will work again. The drive shafts, I mean the dog bones, are metal, which is good for 110 RC. The center the center drive shaft is also metal, and the shock caps seem to be aluminium. The suspension arms are around 6 to 7mm thick. Turnbuckles, adjustable camber in the rear and adjustable camber on the front, and also adjustable steering angle. It has its own servo saver. You can see here the bumper has its own spring, so if this thing hits a wall it will just bounce. You can see the spring moving. Plastic shock towers that are flexible. Same with the back part, it has some spring on the bumper. The wheel hubs or the C hubs are all plastic, but it seems to have some metal gears inside, so it should be able to handle brushless power. And of course the antenna here from the receiver. 12mm wheel hubs. My cheap tires that I bought months ago has the same pattern with this stock rim. There you can see it, but have different tread patterns. The body shell is relatively thin, so thin that it's around 1mm I think, or 1.5mm thin, and you can see here it broke, so better solution is to reinforce it with some duct tape underneath. Also the motor has this heat sink, which is good to help with the overheating issues. It's on 0. I'm gonna weigh this whole thing. 2.2 kilograms. 2.2 kilograms with a battery in it. So this is a plastic servo. So it seems to be busted, it's not anymore working. So I'm going to replace it with a metal gear servo, comparing the size. It's a bit bigger. It should be fine, it should work. So the servo, the new servo, fits in well. So it's more of a, it's a servo that is hard to turn. I'm gonna turn it on. It's definitely working now.
Two handles well. It's just right. Whoa, amazing. I'm gonna turn it